In the latest episode of BBC's EastEnders, viewers speculate on the identity of a mystery woman linked to character George Knight. George, grappling with his adoption and family secrets, believes the woman may be his biological mother. Meanwhile, tensions rise as secrets unravel and relationships are tested among Walford residents. BBC EastEnders viewers work out a mystery characters linked to George Knight. EastEnders George Knight was left questioning the identity of a mystery woman he spotted in court in the latest episode of the BBC soap, and fans were sure they knew who she was. EastEnders viewers think they know the identity of the unknown woman who appeared in court with George Knight on Tuesday. George faced turmoil as he hoped to finally find out who his biological mother was, after a recent bombshell about his adoption as a child. In a horrifying turn of events, George found out his biological father had been murdered decades ago by his adoptive father Eddie Knight. After George recently learned more about his adoption and his identity, he was told his real parents had paid Eddie and Gloria to take him in. Gloria claimed the money soon stopped and George's father never returned for him. The truth was that she told Eddie to stop Henry Kofi Asare from taking his son George home, resulting in Eddie murdering him and hiding his body. Years on, Eddie was in court after being accused over the death. Eddie blackmailed George, who now knew the truth, telling him he needed to give a personal statement to defend him in exchange for information on his biological mother. George battled with his thoughts over the blackmail, and soon turned on Eddie as he told the court who he really was. But during his message to the jury, George noticed a mystery woman who appeared upset by the case and what George was saying. The lady got up and ran out of the courtroom visibly emotional, with viewers seeing George watch her with curiosity as she fled. Towards the end of the episode, Eddie confronted George, who demanded the information about his mum. Eddie then claimed he'd lied to get him into court, and there was no information to begin with. Taking to X after the scenes aired, fans questioned whether they had worked out the identity of the woman George had seen, with it seeming that she knew his father Henry, given her reaction to George's comments about his real mother and father. While some questioned if she was his biological mother, other viewers wondered if she might be his secret sister. One fan posted, "George's mother. No way she's that old. More like sister." Another said, "I wonder if that woman is George's biological mother," as a third posted, "That woman is definitely George's mother." Another theory read, "I hope that woman in the court is George's mum." It comes as George himself believed the woman was his mother, telling partner Elaine, "My mum was in court today, I'm sure of it. I didn't get a chance to meet her." Will EastEnders Jack rumble the six as he catches Stacey and Denise in furtive chat? The six could soon be rumbled, as Jack Branning, Scott Massillon, walked in on lover Stacey Slater, Lacey Turner, paying his wife Denise Fox, Diane Parrish, a secret visit in tonight's EastEnders. Having been warned by Johnny Carter, Charlie Suff, to speak to Denise before Jack got the chance, Stacey left Denise a voicemail, explaining that she really needed to talk to her about Jack. As she waited anxiously to hear from Denise, Stacey was again accosted by Johnny as she sat in the Vic. He accused her of dodging his calls, growing angry over how her recent confession to Jack might affect his mum Linda Carter, Kelly Bright, who committed murder at Christmas. When Jack walked in, Johnny was forced to tone things down and swiftly walked away. But he listened in as Stacey tried to dissuade Jack from visiting Denise, citing her own experiences with mental health trauma as a reason to give Denise some space. Of course, in reality she was hoping to stop Jack from speaking to Denise about the night she struck Nish Panesar on the head with a bottle, knowing that this might cause a fragile Denise to open up about Keanu Taylor's murder. Later, Stacey was able to see Denise, at which point she revealed that Jack knew about Nish. Denise accused Stacey of throwing her under the bus, and Stacey apologized for telling Jack, as well as calling the mental health team. Denise suggested that she would be left taking all the blame for Christmas, but Stacey assured her that they were all in it together. She added that it was a good thing they now had backup from Johnny, a solicitor, and Jack, a detective, although Jack remained oblivious about Keanu. Stacey promised that Denise wasn't on her own. While back in Walford, Jack had taken Stacey's advice and failed to visit his wife. But when Denise's daughter Chelsea Fox ordered Jack to stop feeling sorry for himself and ensure that Denise never felt alone again, he headed off to the hospital. After all that, Denise told Stacey that she was no longer having visions of Keanu and would not be grassing anyone up. She urged Stacey to leave as she wouldn't be coming home anytime soon herself. Stacey replied that she didn't want that for Denise, just as Jack arrived with a bouquet of flowers, wondering what on earth Stacy was doing talking to his wife when she'd advised him against doing so himself. Will he realize that Stacy and Denise have more to hide than the secret about Nish? Or might Jack instead suspect that Stacy planned to come clean to Denise about their affair? There's also the matter of the missing murder weapon, which could have been stolen by Johnny, Dean Wicks, or maybe one of the 6 women themselves. BBC EastEnders star teases arrival of George Knight's mystery son amid DNA bombshell. EastEnders viewers are yet to meet George Knight's mystery son on the BBC soap, but one star of the show teased they could make an arrival amid one character learning some huge family news. EastEnders viewers may finally get to meet George Knight's secret son at some point on the BBC soap. Last June, viewers found out there was another member of the Knight family we had not met, after the arrival of George, his daughters Anna and Gina, and his partner Elaine Peacock. It wasn't revealed in spoilers that George also had a son he did not see, and we only found this out in a scene on the show. In a chat with Phil Mitchell, George confirmed he had a son who goes off the rails, adding, "I don't see much of him, his choice, not mine." The conversation ended there before any more details about the son or who he was, or why he and his father are estranged. To this day we have not met this son, and he has not been mentioned by George, the girls, or his ex Cindy Beale, while it's thought he is the son of a previous partner of George's. But speaking exclusively to The Mirror recently, Anna actress Molly Rainford teased whether her secret on-screen brother could make an appearance. When asked whether we might see the son appear in Walford amid his identity and backstory not being shared, Molly confessed she'd love to see it happen, amid calls for another of her siblings to return. She said, "Yes, absolutely, I'd love that. I mean, what EastEnders family doesn't have secret siblings? I feel like there's siblings from both sides and people we haven't met yet too, so I'd be really excited if he or any of them came into the show." It comes after fans were recently disappointed as Cindy left Walford to visit her daughter Cindy Jr. to inform her of the fact she was still alive and hadn't died years earlier as the family had been led to believe. But the reunion was not shown and happened off-screen, leaving fans calling for Cindy Jr. to come back to the show. Actress Molly agreed with fans and called for the comeback of the character, believing now was the right time for the siblings to meet. She told us, "Yeah, I'd love for her to return, absolutely. I feel like she must be around Anna and Gina's age too, so that would be good." It follows the DNA bombshell surrounding George's adoption as a child, with the truth only coming to light about what happened to his biological father in recent episodes. George was adopted by Gloria and Eddie Knight as a child, with him recently learning they were paid to take him in by his real father. Gloria alleged the payments stopped coming and his father never returned for him, despite it being a temporary agreement. Just weeks ago George learned the dark truth though, that his father Henry had been brutally murdered by racist Eddie to stop him taking him away from Gloria, who had grown attached to George. Please subscribe our channel.